Some mornings just start with pure chaos. Like, imagine racing against the clock, tripping over your own shoes, and knowing you're late again. That's exactly how that day began for Mahesh and Ajit.
Oh my gosh, I can totally picture that one of those mornings where you promise yourself you'll move faster, but then the universe throws a wrench in your plans. Didn't they try to explain the motorcycle troubles when they finally showed up?
Exactly. And the professor was having none of it. I mean, you could tell he'd heard every excuse under the sun. He basically told them they weren't serious about studying and sent them packing.
That must have stung. Sometimes college feels less about the lectures and more about bumping into life's hard edges. But you know what? The day had just started, and the real adventure was waiting outside the classroom.
Funny how a single object can spark so much drama. The whole coin and helmet discovery really set things off, especially once Patil Sir got involved with the higher-ups breathing down his neck.
It's wild how quickly the mood shifted from academic curiosity to raw ambition. The department head basically cared more about ancient treasure maps than any student's success.
Right. And Patil's under constant pressure, 5 years of research and still being threatened with losing everything if he doesn't deliver some mythical gold. That's a heavy burden for any scholar.
Honestly, it's a reminder that sometimes our jobs tie into personal dreams, but also they can get hijacked by someone else's hunger for wealth or fame. And when secrets like treasure maps pop up, trust starts to crumble fast.
That actually reminds me of when they finally made progress. Remember the day someone brought in that mysterious photo? Suddenly, everyone's focused on decoding cryptic hints about gold coins and sacred mountains.
Oh, absolutely. The way they pieced together Namzapt and Shivani Nivas's was like watching a live-action puzzle. When they realized it pointed to the Saptashrungi mountain in Nashik, you could feel the excitement spike.
The best part? The whole campus got swept up in treasure fever, announcing prizes for the first student to bring in that horn matching the photo. It turned into the academic equivalent of a treasure hunt.
And yet, beneath all the buzz, there were layers of rivalry and uncertainty. Who could be trusted with the real clues? Who was just out for glory? That tension kept everything teetering between teamwork and backstabbing.
Once the hunt shifted to Bhagwati's village, it felt like the story took on a whole new color. Suddenly, the treasure quest wasn't just about gold, it was about faith, local legends, and the goddess Saptashrungi herself.
You could really feel the shift. Instead of urban chaos, there's this peaceful rural setting, folks singing arti, sharing stories, and looking for blessings before even thinking about ancient relics.
I loved how every conversation seemed to circle back to devotion. The villagers had this unshakable belief that the goddess protects them and even guides seekers if their intentions are pure.
Exactly. It gave the whole treasure narrative a kind of spiritual twist, a reminder that sometimes the true reward is the journey itself, the community, and maybe even a little bit of grace from above.
Funny you mentioned grace. The story's climax is all about that. When everything comes to a head on the sacred mountain, there's this real sense of the myth coming alive. Ancient battles, the goddess's power, and the ultimate showdown with greed.
So true. I was struck by how the myth of Mahishasura and the goddess's victory wasn't just a backdrop, it actually played out in the villagers' lives. People were seeking forgiveness, realizing that real treasure isn't gold, but wisdom and humility.
That final moment, when the scholar admits his mistakes and asks for pardon, hits hard. It's like a lesson that echoes beyond the legend. Sometimes you have to lose your obsession with riches to find real fulfillment.
And what a way to wrap things up with music, ritual, and everyone coming together in celebration. For me, the real magic is how these ancient stories and modern lives keep weaving together generation after generation.